getting bullied. Well, one local family found a way to push back with an award-winning picture book they hope other families can learn from. Lori Orlinsky and her daughter Hayley from Jefferson Park joined us this morning to tell their story. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Hayley, let's talk about your story, what happened to you. You're 6, almost 7 now, but when you were 3, you were bullied. They made fun of your height. Tell me some of the things they said to you.
So when I was 3 years old and I was in preschool, they hung a growth chart and all my friends' names were at the top and middle and my name was all the way at the bottom.
So they had a growth chart up in the classroom and your name was in the bottom. So what did the kids say about that?
They were calling me names like Shorty, Peanut.
How did that feel?
It made me feel really lonely.
Lori, I can tell even hearing her say this now, this was 3 years ago, that still really affects you.
It still does. I remember the day that she came home in tears because she was a really outgoing child and would always tell me everything that happened, from what she ate to how long she napped, and she just went silent when she told me, you know, I had to pry the growth chart out of her, and it was the first time that she realized she was different. And not only that, but it was the first time that her friends and her teachers realized that she was different from them. And so they would call her these innocent pet names, Shorty, Peanut, and Munchkin, and she would say, I don't want to be known as the short kid. And the worst part was that she associated being on the bottom of the chart with being the worst.
So you wrote a book. It is called Being Small Isn't So Bad After All. How did you get to the point where you decided you needed to write this story down?
I couldn't find anything that with a short heroine where she could relate to. I couldn't find any books. I couldn't find any TV shows. And in fact, there were shows and books about superheroes that were that saved the day precisely because they were tall. And so I thought, I have a journalism background. I'm just going to write one. And it started out as a book just for Hayley. And then it kind of, I said, maybe it could be for other parents who are in the same situation. And it's really been praised because it helps kids deal with the topic of bullying on a general level.
Studies show that as many as 160,000 kids stay home from school because they're being bullied. You didn't want to go to school when this was happening. Do you have a different outlook now? Has this book helped you know how to deal with this?
Yes, it's helped me a lot.
How so?
Well, I could deal with it more. I don't get like that much upset, but they're still doing like things to me.
What do you say to them, or what do you say to kids out there who might be picking on some other kids?
Don't, because it makes them feel really sad. I've been through that before.
Lori, what's the message you want families to get from this?
I want families to understand that, you know, you have to teach your children self-acceptance and to accept who you are, whether your differences are physical, like Hayley's, where she's short, or whether they're, you know, internal and emotional, that every child is different, unique, and special. And kids should celebrate that. And we need to teach our kids also to be kind individuals and world citizens and make sure we're respecting other kids and being empathetic to them.
And just realizing that maybe what you say, you might think it's a harmless little teasing or something, can really, really hurt.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't realize the power of our words. Again, kids would call her Munchkin and they thought that they were being sweet, but she took it to heart.
Mm-hmm. For more on this, you can go to LoriOrlinskyAuthor.com to find out more about this book. Again, it's called Being Small Isn't So Bad After All.